to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Kevin, what's going on?
Well, you're still trapped in the holographic amusement chamber. And you've made it out from a couple of dire situations. You were trapped underwater last time.
On Critical Hit?
On Critical Hit.
Oh, I saw that one. On that show we're on.
And before that, you were in the dodecahedron, and before that, you were being chased by alien saboteurs, maybe. And it's all part of sabotage from a glitch gremlin infesting your ship, and you're still trying, believe it or not, outside of all of that, to get to the next race in Drifters, where you have to investigate a murder. But we're many levels too deep for that right now.
Well, okay.
So, when we last left
on Critical Hit,
the crew of the Squeaky Clean, they were about to go through a magical pearl when Hecubino short-circuited Glitch, the gremlin, and immediately transported you from the depths of the sea to a ship. Actually, you're pretty sure it's your ship. It's the Squeaky Clean. It looks like it's been just drifting and maybe is abandoned. And as you mentally think, maybe it's abandoned, in a bold typeface across your vision comes, maybe it's abandoned, in whatever language you speak natively. And then the lettering for Fixer Derelictor. And the show cuts to an adorable human couple. We're Tip and Savannah Acquire, and we've helped dozens of crews find their dream ship at an affordable price. We purchased the salvage rights to this quadrant of space. Anything that doesn't answer the appropriate frequencies is fair game for salvage. After that, we work with our clients to come up with their dream ship. And it seems that the Squeaky Clean is being boarded. You are no longer in your scuba gear. You're back in your normal attire, but that does mean Glitch is hidden somewhere on the ship.
Quentin?
Yes.
Can you go litigate that?
I produce a cease and desist.
This is a crossover, guys.
Cease and desist.
I'll look for Glitch.
Hecubino's looking. All right, so let's go through the list. Skritic, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna slip into the vents and start sneaking around. See what or who I can find.
All right, Vangie.
I think I want to. How to spending resolve work because I am super hurt.
Oh yeah, you do have some time. You could you're not like immediately rolling initiative or anything, so that this is a perfectly fine time to try to spend a resolve and regain your stamina.
And how much stamina do you gain when you spend a resolve point?
All of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Then I am going to attempt to do that.
You don't gain any hit points, notably.
Sure, but still.
But still, all of my stamina points.
Yeah. So technically, that's going to require 10 minutes of rest. So, you're going to have to kind of play along while you're doing that. That is to say, you can interact, you can talk, you can make reasonable skill checks, but you can't be fighting anyone.
All right. Well, hopefully the Fixer Upper reality TV show hosts just want to convince me to make this an open layout and not to stab me.
It's a totally different show. Fixer Upper is for houses. This is not for houses.
It's like bar rescue, but for ships.
This seems more like that one where they buy the storage
The
lockers.
flip or flop.
Yeah. Ship
Oh.
Storage Wars.
Yeah.
It's almost as if there's a lot of shows that do the same sort of thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
Property clones.
Property clone sibs. That's a really good one. All right, Hecubina, what are you doing?
I'm looking for that guy.
You're looking for Glitch, and how are you looking for him?
I
I will say Tech Thoughts is still up. If you want it to be.
say what?
Tech Thoughts is still up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm aiming that around, and also I figure I hit him pretty hard, and
did.
like he's like a little critter, right? He's like tiny.
Right. He is not
So-
big. He's wee.
Yeah. So I would probably mostly look like if I was that small and I was scared that somebody was going to explode my brain, I would probably hide under stuff or like on top of stuff or like in cabinets and stuff. So mostly I'm looking, places where like a very intelligent mouse would hide.
Yeah, so you feel like you have the right of it, and maybe Skritic can help you with this because your Detect Thoughts is guiding you into basically the guts of the ship, like the bones of the ship. It's in a duct or in a vent or in a panel somewhere, and its abilities might allow it to kind of move a little bit more freely. But it can't just exist as a solely digital being because this whole realm is solely digital. So it has to exist physically here somewhere that it could fit. But you're getting the sense that it's probably not in an open room or corridor, but somewhere hidden inside the ship like that.
Okay. Do I have comms?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, okay, Skritic. Can you get to like, and I'll like knock on a panel, like directly below this.
There's some clattering from beneath the surface. I think I'm there. Bing back.
Yep. Just start going down. I have to go down the like normal musculoskeletal way. So I'll meet you down there.
Okay.
All right, Quentin. There
Attention,
seem to be
the
people
ship.
boarding the ship.
It has come to our attention that you're attempting to make unauthorized use and or salvage of the Squeaky Clean, which is the property of Extreme Infosphere Productions, a division of Omnicorp. Happiness is purchased, fulfillment is earned. We hereby demand that you immediately cease and desist any use or attempt to salvage said ship and or trademarks that would cause misrepresentation with relation to distribution, advertising, identification, and sales of said ship and or the trademarks of Extreme Infosphere Productions.
Why don't you give me an intimidate check?
If you fail to comply with the aforementioned demands, we will have no choice to pursue all legal causes of action, including the plasma cannons. You say intimidate?
I do say intimidate.
Oh, am I any good at that? Are you sure that this isn't a bluff?
You know what? I'll allow bluff.
Yay, this sure feels more bluffy to me.
Intimidate is when it's backed up by something. Bluff.
Like the plasma cannon? Well, I mean, I don't know that I have access to the plasma cannon at this time. I believe that this is, in fact, a 30.
Ooh.
Dag.
Wow. All right. So at that, Tip and particularly Savannah acquire come on board, and there's a camera crew coming with them. There's actually like a number of the same kind of drones. They're like Quentin but smaller and worse.
Yeah.
Well, I guess worse for certain values. They're just cameras that float around. And Savannah turns to one of them and says, "Now, y'all, we have some squatters here, and we don't normally get into the legal matters on the show, but I'm just gonna let Tip handle that, as y'all know how much he loves to fumigate. Okay, gas masks on, folks. And she pulls out a gas mask, and a large man comes out holding a giant. It looks like a flamethrower, but it doesn't shoot flame. It shoots a propellant of gas and starts just filling the ship with a purplish, noxious fume. Everyone. So I don't think that androids still need to breathe. Yeah.
No, I don't think I do.
I don't think we do, because there was something about if we're out in space.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It doesn't affect us.
Point. You can choose not to breathe. All right, cool. So
we choose not to breathe. Yay!
Cool. So we'll ignore that previous episode when you were underground and you were wearing gas masks, but whatever. It's all good. So
they can still succumb to peer pressure.
We won't be cool if we don't do it.
Yeah, they just put on, cool looking scuba attire for you. Anyway,
we're trying to fit in.
Everyone who is not an android has to make a fortitude save.
Ooh, we're good
against
at that
poison gas, if it makes a difference. I see Hecubinos, I see Vangies. Wait, Skritic and Amu. Ooh, Amu's gonna fail. And so is Skritic. All right, Skritic and Amu fail. Hecubino and Vangi succeed. Hecubino, you got the magic number of 16. So it's 16 poison damage or 8 if you made your save. And if you failed your save, you are nauseated for this round.
So have I, basically, since I said I was going to try to spend resolve, have I, is this interrupting that, or do I have my stamina back?
You do not have your stamina back. It only interrupts it if you just stop resting. It only interrupts it if you do anything combative, Vangi.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's coming out of your hit points if you don't have any stamina currently.
Ouch. Okay.
All right.
Oh, did we not have our stamina back yet?
No, not yet.
Oh.
So, Quentin, at the same time that happens, a couple of the show's producers come up to you and are like, no, you didn't answer on the appropriate frequencies. That means that you are, by terms of this game, for salvage. These are the terms of our salvage rights. And they seem to be arguing whether they have a legal claim to your ship while also taking your ship over.
I shoot them.
Well, it's not your turn. It's Bob's turn. Bob.
So we're still in a virtual environment, correct? We assume.
You think so?
Okay. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over to one of the computer terminals, and I'm going to see if I can find a hidden subroutine that will re-engage the hack's safety protocols.
Sure. Go. So you're just trying to find a terminal.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a terminal right there in the hangar bay. But yeah, I'm going to try to.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to find the subroutine to turn back on the hack's safety protocols.
Okay.
I roll a 28 on computers.
Yeah. So a 28 on computers is good enough for you to both see coming and disable the logic bomb that has been set up on every terminal in this station by the Glitch Gremlin. You remember Amu activating that a couple of times.
Right, okay.
And it's tricky because this is only like a projection of a computer. It's not a real computer. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to see whether you can basically, through the interface, right? There's a holographic interface where you're interacting with people, objects, each other, the environment, everything. Whether through that you can gain computer access.
Right.
through this facsimile of a computer
Mhm.
while someone is trying to stop you, except the person that's trying to stop you is also trying to flee for their lives. So they're not paying full attention. So your computer check is able to start getting you access, and you're able to start exposing more of the system. Now, you can't just immediately short circuit everything that Glitch has set up, but you're thinking that you've basically just achieved, like, if you can keep this up,
Root access.
you might be able to get yourself out of the simulations altogether.
Oh, okay. I will continue to do this then. And I will also alert Quentin to the logic bomb on every single system.
What do you say?
Quentin, reminder, there's a logic bomb on every single system. I've currently disabled it, but be careful if you try to jack into anything.
Thank you. I will pay attention.
Amu.
We are going to panic.
I throw him a towel.
Yeah.
Jump grenade.
Put it over your head.
Can
So
I
you are
field
being-
dress myself?
What does it say?
As a standard action, you can use your custom microlab to quickly render medical aid to an adjacent willing or unconscious creature.
No. You can do that to somebody else. Maybe I would allow you, with somebody else's help, for you to, like, do the surgery where you've got a mirror and they're like, and you instruct them to pull the blade out or inject you with something, but not by yourself.
Is it
And
is it reasonable to think that we're gonna have to probably make that gas saving throw again?
I mean, you could always try to disable the gas that Tip is spewing. You could try to outrun it. Otherwise, probably.
so
try to
we're at
convince
3
them
hit points.
Through your legal arguments that they're committing murder. There's a lot of different options.
You're at 3 hit points?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better put your head under that towel and crawl into a corner.
Is there any way we can maybe vent the gases?
Well, so you are also nauseated, so that is going to restrict your actions. You can basically just move or take a standard action. So you get one action this round, I guess.
Okay.
Let me double check that. I think it's actually you get to just move.
Oh.
Nauseated, Starfinder, conditions, unable to attack, cast spells, concentrate on spells, and the only action you can take is a single move action per turn. Yeah. So you could, like, towel yourself up and run away.
That's basically what we're stuck doing.
You can make, like, knowledge checks or say anything you want as well.
Medicine, life science, or physical science on the poison?
Medicine, I think, is a pretty good one.
Woo! That's the better of the 3. That was a nat 1.
Oops.
Oh, no. It's gotten into your mind. Now you can't even remember anything about poisons. This is how Amu dies. This is how the collective dies. You run away in fear. All right.
Oh, boy.
So Glitch seems to be from Hecubino, from your, like, mental impression of where it is. It's trying to run from you, and it seems to be trying to make its way out of the exit of this as well, as if it's trying to expose you to many of them and not have to deal with you catching it because it doesn't want to fight.
Right.
Skritic.
Well, unfortunately, I'm also nauseated. So I think I'm just going to continue making my way through the vents and maybe find a dead end somewhere to be sick in.
Awesome. Vangie.
She's gonna like step up to Tip and be like, "Listen, you should really get off the ship before something bad happens." And I'm just gonna try to make an intimidate check.
Okay. Go for it.
I've got a 26.
So, you're able to come across as both amiable and about to die, and you just approach him like, you're a giant Vesk that's poisoned and had the stuffing kicked out of her, and you just put an arm around him while he's wearing a gas mask and like, listen, you don't want to stay here. And he freaks right out and takes his fumigation kit and runs back onto their ship.
It's great. I then collapse.
Heck, you B&O.
I continue my personal vanity project of killing this thing.
So you race after it. It seems like it's within the ship somehow. So you might have to like tear. Yeah, like in a panel or a duct or something like that.
I'll knock where I think he is and be like, there's only two ways out of here. Either you turn this off or I turn you off.
Ooh.
All right. And with that, Savannah Acquire comes up and says, I do think that when we tear out this ugly outer layer, we're going to find some nice titanium shiplap underneath. We might add some brushed steel crown molding, kind of get that rustic outlaw spaceship feel to it. And as she says that, it seems that Glitch has shifted dimensions underneath you, and everything starts to fade away and get brighter as you emerge into a docking port where Bob, you've been in these kind of docking ports. They're like, it's like a pilot coffee shop ish. It's run down. It's basically like a gas station for ships, and it's got some of those sim games that you used to train on back at the factory when your neural circuits were still being primed. There are those vid games that you grew up to become a pilot on.
Nice. I continue to work on my computer terminal.
So actually, there's no computer terminal here because you've transported yourself entirely into a world where you're in this starport.
All right, I'll grab one of
the. Are we all like close together?
You are all close together, and you have a moment or two if you don't want to engage in the world to like catch your breath and kind of look around. It seems like Glitch is letting you do that because Glitch needs to do that as well. So it's up to you whether you take a few minutes to recover your stamina or press on recklessly.
I definitely make a fist and say, "It's the hard way then."
All right, so does everybody have a chance then to regain their stamina points or not?
If everyone takes a few moments and like minutes to calm down, talk to each other, not interact with the environment currently isn't interacting with you, then yeah, in this like kind of rundown parking lot, it looks like you're also in the middle of nowhere. Like this is basically a trailer park. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Bob's old neighborhood. Anyway, I'm gonna forego the resolve point, but I will go over to Amu and get one of his healing potions and inject him with it using my medicine, which isn't great, but
oh yeah, to help Amu.
Yeah. 13.
We do have the hypo pen.
Yeah. Hypo pen.
That's success. That is successful administration.
Hooray! Are you feeling better? I brush.
What did the
I
brown
brush a.
pen
Hold to
do?
cover some hit points.
I brush a crusty barnacle off of him.
So I didn't
How are you
catch what
feeling,
the
Bubba?
brown hypopen does, or what I was getting out of this.
Well, you get don't you have those on your sheet for what's worth?
I have that. I have it. I do not have what it does.
Okay.
And
Right.
So,
I don't have that one
Brown
open.
is lesser remove condition,
Oh,
right? Nanite hypopen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those ones remove conditions. Do you have any I think you guys got some healing items early on, like some sort of healing elixir or something like that from Starfinder?
I
Or from
believe so.
when we started?
I believe
rather?
so.
oh, serum of healing, Mark 1. Yeah,
Serum
6 of
healing.
those.
That's the one.
I will pour that down your throat.
Or over his head, whichever.
Or into an open orifice because I don't know which one is your mouth.
It's just
All right.
It's all
that's,
the same.
It's all mouth.
It's a D8 hit points per mark. So if it's Mark 1, 1d8, Mark 2. Actually, wait, no, that's not true. Mark 1 is 1d8, Mark 2 is 3d8, Mark 3 is 6d8. So what kind of serum do you have? Mark 1?
Mark 1.
Probably Mark 1. So roll a d8.
Okay.
And then everyone can spend a stamina who wishes to, and spend a resolve to recover all of their stamina, which I highly recommend
Oh,
if you're
goodness.
highly injured.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yep.
6 points is better than no
Our-
points.
Yeah, 6 points is good.
Yeah, that tripled my hit points. Are we still nauseated?
No, not anymore. It fades.
Oh, good.
Got any more of those elixirs? I could probably use some too.
We will toss one to Skritic.
Spending resolve points doesn't return hit points.
No.
Does not.
Of course. Just stamina points.
Just stamina.
Classic.
It gives you
classic
stamina for
Brian.
free, basically. Well, not for free, but everyone
Huh.
can heal half their total damage pool pretty effectively.
Now I'm confused. What is our
Don't worry
total
about
damage pool?
No. If you add up your hit points and stamina points,
Got it.
theoretically, you can heal up half of it by healing your stamina points, right? He's making
Got
an
it.
overall assertion about the system.
Game commentary.
Okay.
You can ignore
Yeah.
me. Don't worry about it.
I will spend a resolve point to return my stamina points
There you
at
go.
this time.
Starfinder in general seems to not believe in healing, like in combat healing. It seems to put basically the onus on each individual character by way of resolve. That's my opinion anyway. So
We have field dressing.
yeah, that's not bad. Is there anyone else who is down on actual hit points besides Amu?
I mean, I'm down
Skritic.
a fair number of actual hit points.
Well, so there you go, Amu. You could field dress
All right.
them.
Yeah, we'll field dress Vengi.
Sweet.
Maybe you should start with
Outstanding
Skritic.
defense.
I think he was hurting the most.
You can probably
It's a
do
standard
both, yeah.
action, so
Yeah, do both. And tell you what, field dress yourself by way of someone else who's trained in medicine being your assistant.
Vangi's trained in
it.
medicine, so she can help.
all right.
So if you've got a rank, you're trained in it?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm trained in medicine too.
There you go.
All right.
Bengi and Bob.
This one's for Vengi.
All right. I will.
Gain 9.
Thank
This
you.
one's for Skritic.
Of course. Of course. Poor Brian.
I got half my hit points back now.
All right, so do they need to make a medicine check, or is...
Yeah. So each of you can make a
Oh.
medicine check. Just both Bengi and Bob make medicine checks.
29.
Yeah. All right. So Vangi,
got much better than me.
you're like up. Oh, okay, Bob's got it. Bob's really got this one. He's on the ball.
I'm still
Bob
coughing
calls
up
upon
poison.
his I'm sorry, say that again.
I said I'm still coughing up poison.
Yeah. And Bob has his exocortex and goes into like super efficient mode.
That's me. Everybody feeling better?
And
What is your-
so go ahead and roll that D6, Amu.
No, we'll take it.
Not bad.
I'm just also going to drink a serum of healing because I'm still down hit points.
Wow. Well, hey.
Do you have one of
this
your
is,
own,
I
or do you need one of ours?
I've got one of my own.
Okay.
I think this is the first time this game you guys have really had to worry about your hit points, so I feel okay about this.
Yeah.
I mean, we avoided being hit for the first 3 encounters.
I'm no longer bloodied.
Ouch. All right. So, Bob,
Yes.
you recognize these vid games. So they call to you.
Oh, many a quarter
oh my
was
God.
spent.
Play the last Starfighter. Play the last Starfighter, man.
I go and find whatever is the equivalent of Rock'em
You
Sock'em
mean Space
robots.
Warriors?
Yeah, Space Warriors. That's a good one. Dun 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 dun.
And
dun,
as
dun.
you're starting to play up the game, a little hovercraft comes nearby, a land-bound one. And the window rolls down, and a man wearing a fedora comes out the window and says, "Greetings, Star Pilot. After your countless hours playing the vid game Space Warrior, Leo has determined that you," pointing at Bob, "are the chosen one.
I'm the chosen one.
Only you have the piloting skills to save our people from annihilation at the claws of the sinister Imperator. Do not worry about your old life. An android will seamlessly replace you and take on your debts as their own. We'll call them Beta Bob. The Zoolandian Imperator will not stop. Indeed, they will send countless waves of fighters at you, shooting at you, trying to crash into you, and occasionally trying to trap you with tractor beams. Most ships will require but a single shot for you to disable, but some will require 2. You'll be vastly outnumbered, but the Zoolandian must move in particular patterns, giving you some time to shoot them. Plus, your ship can somehow fuse with other fighters, meaning sometimes you can survive multiple hits if you're successful. Do you accept?"
Yeah, but my
There's like a little yes no in giant blocky icons. at
oh,
the
this is
bottom
in the
of
game.
your vision.
Yeah, but
No. I mean, he's coming up and saying this to you. It's
oh,
also in game.
but my girlfriend Catherine Mary Stewart is back home. What? I can't leave her behind.
Beta Bob will take care of her.
That's what I'm afraid of. He gets all goopy and stuff.
This is a family show.
I really can't. I've got to stay here and help my friends. Unless you can find if you can find the Glitch Gremlin and shut him down, I'll go with you. But otherwise, I got to stay and help my friends.
The only way out is through. Come on, Leo will show you the way. This is the only way to become the ultimate space warrior.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I
Red.
walk over to Bob. So do you think is this the game?
I mean, this is like a real life version of the game.
Yeah. But I mean, is this the fantasy?
I think so.
Okay. See if you can get Vangy and Quentin conscripted. Skritic and Amu. We're looking for Glitch.
Okay.
I can be the chosen one.
Yeah. You 3 engage with this nonsense. The rest of us are looking for the gremlin.
Do you accept?
Sounds like a plan to us.
We accept.
Seems to be looking primarily at Bob.
Sure. Let's blow this thing up. Do you have like an
All right.
ultimate? You have an ultimate
And-
weapon on this thing?
What's that?
Do you have an ultimate weapon that we can use to destroy the whole fleet at once,
Well, you're going to
Perhaps
have
some
to
sort of
destroy the
doom
hive
flower?
or some
ship.
kind of
The
a?
Imperator ship will
Murder
will need to be
Blossom.
destroyed at the end. You're going to have to fight a lot of ships.
Murder Bloom.
Wave after wave of ships in particular patterns, but then you can fight the mothership. I mean, hive ship.
Sounds tedious. I'm in. Wait, Bob, he's looking at you.
The little hovercraft that he's in transforms into a starfighter, and he immediately beams all of you guys aboard through some teleportation technology, including Hecubino and everyone, like the whole team, and they take off. And
Catherine Mary Stewart, please don't forget about me.
So you guys are quickly briefed on your possible roles on the ship. Bob, you're the pilot. You're the ultimate space warrior.
Yes.
So you have to make the piloting checks to navigate this oncoming wave after wave of these galactic Zoolandian Empire ships.
But why male models?
Yes.
You're going to also need gunners to be manning the guns. Probably some sort of navigation to help find your path and like deal with the Imperator Hive ship, things like that. And then probably a mystic to help protect the ship from magical attacks.
Ooh, sounds good. Quentin, be my navigator. Skritic and Vangi, get on the guns.
Okay.
Hecubino.
Sir, yes, sir.
Force protect us from all the magic incoming.
But I'm trying to find the gremlin.
I know.
Actually, just keep on the gremlin. We'll deal with magic incoming.
And there are computer terminals.
I sit at the station that I'm assigned to, but I keep looking for the goblin.
Absolutely. The gremlin. So the good news is that you guys have access to computer terminals again.
Be careful of logic bombs.
Yep, that's true. It does seem to allow you to interact with, like, if you want to do the simple piloting checks or the gunnery checks or the navigation checks, no problem. But if you want to try to hack deeper in, then that might trigger something that Glitch has left behind. Hecubino, you seems to be more like a sand / Ouija board, and you feel like you could probably ignore this, like that this doesn't actually augment your mystic abilities significantly.
Right.
So everybody, including Amu and Quentin, everybody has access to computers, though, regardless of their station on the ship. But as Hecubino turns to one side, the hovercraft takes off, and the ship shoots into the low atmosphere, where evidently that's where the Zoolandian ships are coming in now. And as you feel that propulsion into the low atmosphere, Hecubino turns, and there's like a little window, like from the car that it was a moment ago. And out on the wing, you can see Glitch. And Glitch smiles his ominous smile at Hecubino that nobody else seems to be able to see him so far. And the narrator comes in. And it says, "Portrait of a Frightened Man. Hecubino, recently released from solitary confinement in the sanitarium ward of an Akaton orphanarium. He's trying to help his friends on the fictional quest to save the galaxy, ultimate space warrior. But it's he who will need saving, because the higher the altitude, the higher the stakes. We invite you to this study of mysticism under mental assault. The mystic who can't believe his eyes and cannot afford to sit idly by. Hecubino has just opened an emergency exit door that leads to the Gloom Room." So, Bob,
Yes.
you get a little pop-up dialogue. Like your heads-up display is way less good than you're used to.
Oh man,
from
these are such
Squeaky
low resolution graphics.
Yeah, exactly. And the ships just seem to come in at you like one at a time. At first, it's just literally one ship and then another ship. It goes one, then 1-1-2, then 1-1-2-3. And they move in this weird pattern. It's almost like a spiral. You can't quite make it out exactly, but they are taking shots at the ship as they pass by. So, what do you do?
I am going to dodge and move, and I'm going to figure out their pattern and where the next wave is coming to next. And so that'll be my piloting skills, but I'm also shouting at Skritic and Vangi, try to shoot the first one and then keep blasting the rest in the line.
All right, why don't you make a piloting check?
I will do that. And I get a 28.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, you really feel like, I mean, you can move forward and, you can, I guess, tap the brakes and see going so fast, but you really feel like the main objective here is pretty much to move side to side and like keep your guns in line with the ships while not getting shot by them.
Yep. And if I see any other ship that looks like ours, I'll try to capture it.
There you go. Exactly. Gunners. So Skritic and Vangi, you guys are on the guns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna follow Bob's lead and try to shoot at the thing that's coming closest to us. Play defense.
All right. So those are going to be gunnery checks. That's just a basic ranged attack, like assuming you're proficient and everything like that.
Sure thing.
You get versatile weapon focus if you have that feat because that applies to all weapons.
I do. So
both you and Skritic.
not one though.
Ugh. Ooh, you blew up one of the extra life ships.
I said save that one.
Attack of the Bryans.
You fired through your own base.
Oh no.
We could have docked and
Sorry,
taken care of these guys.
Look really weird.
Oh, just
All right, so gunnery is not really doing their job. The ships, you're facing an ever larger swarm of the ships as you're not destroying them at the rate you expected.
It's almost like their trigger fingers are all gummy and sticky from years of sticky-fingered people using these controls. And I thought I was the last Star Warrior.
Ultimate Space Warrior?
Or whatever this game is called. As I roam across
distracted trying to shoot the fast one in the back as it zips by.
Yes. As I roam across the Galaga or the Galaxian. Whichever way we're calling this universe.
All right, so navigation and comms. So Amu and Quentin, you're in that realm where you can try to like either help fix things that are going on in the ship or try to find a path to get to the Imperator Hive ship or extra resources or do anything else. What do you guys do?
Should we look for the gremlin?
We should.
Okay.
No, I found him. He's out on the wing.
I look out the window. I look out the window. I don't, and I'm like, there's nothing there. Are you crazy? There's nothing out there. Focus, Hecubino, focus.
Hecubino crosses his arms and says, I'm going to mind thrust everyone in this room.
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to use the computer to access the real computer. And I know that's not possible.
Yeah, because
but I'm the navigator.
I did it earlier, so you should still be able to find that routine.
Possible.
And since I am the navigator, you guys don't realize that I've been missing for 8 years at this point.
You're the last navigator.
So I should have had plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah, and Pee Wee Herman's the voice. Anyway,
I know you are, but what am I?
All right, so go ahead and make a computers check. So the good news is you've been warned that there's a logic bomb, which is both a computer thing that you can kind of program around, but also an actual explosive that will blow you up. So if you succeed, basically Bob's warning has lowered the difficulty for you to succeed without triggering the bomb. But you could still roll low enough and, fail anyway.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna roll a 26.
Jeez. Well done. That's twice you've just called your shot.
Yeah, I do that. I also call my shots and fail miserably, but nobody remembers those times. So I get a reputation as some sort of miracle worker. This one time I rolled a 20 on religion. It just happened. People still talk about it.
Well, 26 which is what you rolled in computers, is definitely good enough. It's basically exactly good enough to dodge the logic bomb without and achieve another success at ripping through to the real world. And at this point, you can start to affect some of the interaction points. Which is to say, you can see through some of the holograms sometimes, or things aren't smelling right, or they feel a little off tactily. You might also take a little bit less damage because you're making the world actually less real to you.
The Quintonian robots challenge you.
So excellent work, Quentin. Amu, what do you do?
We will play along with the game, I guess.
Nice.
We'll try and use the computer to navigate a path to where those extra resources are.
Excellent. So, why don't you give me a physical sciences check?
Oh, cool.
You're basically plotting your star path. Jeez.
You mean you don't? You don't want to go back
escape-
and try to subdue that passenger that's screaming about something on the wing?
No!
So you've flipped some things, and you find it very frustrating that they made asteroids look like this, because in your mind, those little spiky outgrowths look like little, health coral beacons. And you're like, yeah, you want to fly into those.
Oops.
So the whole ship takes a significant bunch of damage from Amu's misguidance. And now there's lights flashing, and, one of the panels near Bob explodes. You can still pilot just fine. It just
hold together.
Blows.
Hold together, baby. Hold together, baby.
50,000 volts of electricity just careen out of it for no reason.
Oh, man, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Heck, last but not least.
I'll look at the porthole window, right? And just onto it so that it's fogged over. And then backwards to me, but so that the glitch can see it from the other side. I write with my finger, mind thrust.
Oh, I failed my save.
Well,
how much damage are you taking?
I'm sorry, what?
How much damage do I take?
So unfortunately, I'm out of level 2 mind thrusts. So this is going to have to be a scaled one.
Almost out of hit points, so.
Mind thrust still does a fair level amount of damage, so it's 2d10.
And I didn't ask you this last time, and I apologize. So
on critical hit,
you roll this. What do you overload Glitch's mind with in terms of mental imagery or experiences?
I will just load pages and pages and pages of like comments. Like, you can't mix hard sci-fi and soft sci-fi in the same illusion. It doesn't work. And like, just like, and like, I never once believed that Amu was actually in danger. Just like tons of like terrible, obnoxious YouTube style comments
Worst hallucination ever.
directly into his cortex
Oh no.
for 4 damage.
All right, but you also did a bunch of damage last time. Like that
Yeah.
that you did 21 in your previous roll, which was a lot. So, with that, you're able to short circuit near the end. You don't get to exit it entirely, but we do get to wrap around. You do get to skip through several levels until you're up against, like 34 ships, along with the hive ship.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, Bob,
Is it
it
time?
is all up to you at this point.
All right, I'm going to find a way through these hordes of ships coming at us, and maybe have to go under the mothership and looking for the main control console so that we can fire upon it.
All right. So why don't you give me one more piloting check?
One more piloting check, indeed. A 29.
That is the skill that defines the ultimate space warrior, piloting.
Nice.
So with that, you're able to blow up the Zulandian Imperator hive ship, and in the explosion, you're able to transfer out of this realm and out of this episode of Critical Hit.
Oh, man. And here I was hoping to come back home and get my girl and fly back off to join the fight against
No, an android has seamlessly replaced you and taken your debts as their own.
No! Well, hey, that's actually not such a bad deal. But still, Catherine Mary Stewart, no! Anyway, that is where we're going to wrap it up this week. If you caught all the references, congratulations. If not, if not, go back to my childhood and you will be able to experience all of these wonderful, wonderful things. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2021 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.